So yeah, so this is like I suppose like this top bar above the fold on all of your pages. It's just taking up a lot of space, and people are just not gonna scroll down. So it's
Yeah.
better to just remove it completely. I think that's probably the best, easiest idea. And then it's just super easy for people to navigate. I go on a page, I get exactly what I want. Okay, you don't want them to have to work to get access to things. Here
Right.
as
What do you think of that, the whatever the graphic of people holding their hands at the top of each page?
I mean, it's nice, but I don't think it should come at the expense of getting the information that people want to get. And
Okay, so it should be like this, the Y Collaborex page. The
yeah,
overlay, the information is right there, and the other things in the background.
yeah, exactly, exactly. But I mean, yeah, it could be that. In this in on this page, I think this is good. It applies. But for example, on this page, I don't think you need this
Isn't?
picture at all. Just remove it. You know, like you already have this picture on the home page. That's the most important. But you don't need it on like here. There's some text. Okay, I think that's okay. Although I would do something about it so that the B is
Yes.
there. Like maybe pull up those the sides
Oh,
of
I changed the copy on the Y Collaborex page. She's
yeah.
supposed to work on it.
Could
So,
you is there a way to like pull out the textbooks a little bit to the side so that this B word goes
yes, it
here?
shouldn't. Yeah, it should be consolidated. So there are big
Perfect,
margins on it, so it looks better there. Yeah.
perfect. If not, you can even just push it to the one side. Actually, that's also an option to do it like you have here, just on one side.
Mm-hmm.
The picture is there. And that actually may be a bit better because for accessibility as well, like it's maybe easier to read um, this text. So yeah, no harm in you can experiment with it, but anyway, you shouldn't have like one word hanging over into
Right.
the next line. Um, Membership benefits. So again, this one as well, like can these things go in here,
Mm-hmm.
you know, so that it's a little bit easier. Here as well, there's a blurb, so I don't mind if you leave it. But where there's no blurb, like here or contact, just get rid of that. About us, our vision. Very good, very good. So yeah, it maybe even decrease the space up here. This is called padding. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
see if you can, hi, maybe see if you can like decrease the padding so that it's higher up. Always remember that the same way that people don't read, so we have to make it very easy to scan content so that they can process information quickly. The same way people don't scroll. Like when I used to work for a university, we had this software called Hotjar, and you could actually see how like where do people spend time on what side of the page, and nobody would scroll. The lower the information was, the least likely people would see it, and this was important information regarding courses and things like that, and they would just not scroll down. So everything like decrease the space, like this space up here is extremely valuable, so use it very smart ways, because no one's gonna go down to see what's underneath here. They're just gonna assume that there's nothing on the page. People are
Mm-hmm.
like, so it's better to just use that to your advantage. Now, yeah, like for example, the video could be up here right off the bat. I can click on the video, and then the vision blurb can be on this side.
Yes.
It's easier. You can always look at my website if you're ever in doubt, but if you see like whatever you go to, there's always like stuff right from the top to encourage you to scroll,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Like even this one is like it's section by section,
Mm-hmm.
you know? everything is like laid out very easy for people to manage. Lots of buttons after every single section because you don't know when they're ready to jump in, to step in. And then
Hmm.
I don't know, services, here, like this is a good example. That's what I would like to see here, like here you would have the video rather than just a picture, but here you can put the blurb and the button.
Hmm. Okay.
You see, like it just makes the user experience a bit more easy. For people it's easier. And yeah, buttons, buttons, buttons.
Okay. I'll go through each page. I'm in the process of giving him a page at a time. I've given
Mm-hmm.
him the home page. I gave him my edits for Y Collabrex.
Mm-hmm.
And as I go through each one, I mean, I guess I should send it to you before. I mean, it's based on, what you've written and things like that. But I guess I should send it to you before I send it to him so you can make any quick edits and
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Absolutely. And then the other thing that you sent me was about the pricing. Okay, so yeah, here as well, just get rid of this because I want to see the calendar right off the bat. Um, FAQs, no, what was the thing that you sent me? Yeah, you can get rid of all that.
where if you yeah, if you go to the Explore page.
Oh yeah. So, um, I would again get rid of this and just have join now right at the top. Don't make it work for me.
Say that slowly again. I didn't
So remove this top bar.
really. No, grow your business. No.
No, you can have that. Just have join now, and then you can have this grow yourself to grow your business. Maybe even like as an additional thing for them here, like an additional line, and then the kind of like step in or like get started or sign up, actually sign up. Yeah, and have a button that allows them to sign up, schedule a meeting, or even like get started. You could have like a quick line, like
Oh, in the top. Let's start from the top because I guess I'll listen to the recording. Um,
yeah.
okay. So,
This is great, but I don't think it's necessary here. I mean, you should have already said this on the home page, right?
hmm.
Or if this is kind of the um your yeah, I don't feel like it's necessary here. I
Okay.
think
So,
join now would be much more important up here. And so that is crystal clear. And then even the pricing, mm, attend an unlimited amount of groups. When you join Collaborax, you're joining Copy, you're a member of every group. Okay. So I don't know. Maybe we don't want to
so
over.
we're saying maybe, something about like it's a trial membership. Your first 30 days, pay and we'll refund your money if you don't like it.
Yeah, I think, well, first of all, the first 30 days is making me feel like I'm going to have to pay more than 225 afterwards.
Hmm.
So that's what I said in the email. So just like say something like 225 USD per month. And then like you could say something like the how do they usually say this? You could even just say like try for the first 30 days, and if you're not getting value we are happy to refund you the full amount, no questions asked, or something like that, you know? So
Mm-hmm.
it's clear that there is a money back guarantee, but there's no confusion as to how much you're gonna pay later, because
Right.
this is confusing. It makes me feel like I'm going to pay more. And also, don't make this a link. Instead, have a button here that says sign up, and then make that go to the sign up page, to this page, to the payment page.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't even get that this was a link. I just thought it was another color and it was underlined because you're highlighting it. So yeah, so I would say join now, and then maybe underneath here it could be something like, maybe not this. I don't like the word unlimited because I feel like it's overwhelming for people. They feel like
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of commitment. So instead, you could say when you join Collaborex, you're joining a community, and then you could say that we work with you to find the groups that best align with your goals. You
Mm-hmm.
know, but you are welcome to visit as many groups as you like, something like that, like giving them that reassurance that they don't have to overly commit. They are going to work with the groups where they get the most, that are most aligned with their business goals. But if they want to shop around, more than welcome to.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I would kind of reframe it. I like this. When you are joining Collaborative, you're joining a community. Excellent. But then afterwards, you could say, like, we have a number of different groups, and we will work with you personally to find the groups that are the best fit for your goals.
Right.
And that's kind of it. And like, you can add the second sentence if you want, that you're always welcome to move around the groups and to explore as many groups as you like. Okay, as many as you like, rather than unlimited. Unlimited overwhelms me, whereas as many as I like gives me the power to choose.
Okay. So what do you think of, this thing below? What groups you want to attend in your first 30 days? And I write, want to discuss with our founder what groups may be of interest to you.
So let's
So
not
what
let's
I'm
not
looking for is for people to come to the page and sign up and actually see what groups they want to go to. So they're committing at the same time.
Let's just wait for a second before we jump down here, because I
Okay.
want to finish this section.
Okay.
So, money back guarantee. I'm sure you love Calabrix experience, and that this is the community you've been looking for. I will refund you 100% of your payment anytime during your. Okay. Instead of this quote, I would say just like yeah, replace the quote with just like a clear line. Like, if for whatever reason you decide that Collaborex is not the right place for you within the first 30 days, we will give you a full refund.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that. Keep it very, very simple, because for me, I'm seeing a quote, I'm like, oh, I should read that quote. Like, you have to really always put yourself in the shoes of the reader. And nowadays people, like, we spend so much time on the screen that we have a hard time processing when there's a lot of information on there. So just keep simple lines, simple. And then once you're done with that section, then you can put a button that will basically lead there. So, and like something like this, and that says join now. Okay, and
Mm-hmm.
then you got this payment detail.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let me just kind of like, yeah, I think you will have this from the recording, the things that I said. But yeah, just make it as simple as possible, okay? No space here. Join now. Then you can put actually, I would even put something like something simple like membership, the membership fee in CollaborX is $220 per month. You know, it doesn't have to be giant letters, just put it there. And then you say that when you join CollaborX, you join a community. We will work with you personally to find, or like, no, something like we have a number of different groups with different angles. And when you join, we work with you personally to find the groups that are the best fit for your goals.
Hmm.
If for some reason after 30 days you feel like CollaborX is not the right place for you, we will refund your money in full, no questions asked.
Hmm.
Something like that. And then the button that says join now. Okay? And
Hmm.
then under that, if they want to scroll, you know, and maybe we could even put above the button. I forgot to say, um, if you wanted, no, actually, forget that, just this. And that will be your, like, right on the top here, even, you know, much
Hmm.
like you can keep this picture, but all the information is here and it's crystal clear, and there's a button at the end.
Okay.
And then you're going to come down. What groups do you want to attend in your first 30 days? So here, this one as well, it's a lot of information.
Right. So that's why I give them the choice of
Mm-hmm.
not, some people don't want to talk to anyone. They just want to sign up and just figure it out on the computer. And other people will want to talk and figure out which are the best groups. And
Yes.
so the ones that want to talk, I have that button to schedule a call with me about,
Yeah.
schedule a meeting. Or it says, or check the boxes of the group you plan to attend. We'll send you the links.
Yeah.
And so here, what my intention was that to put very brief descriptions. So it says, it has the primary focus
Yeah.
after
I
each
like that a
one.
lot.
And
Yeah.
then the links, each link is the link to our facilitator videos.
I have a
So,
facilitator video. Oh yeah, I made one. Wait, this in the international self-development. Okay, well, I make maybe a new one. But yes, let me just, so yeah, I like that this is actually, what I was gonna say is that I would lead with the primary focus and add the dates and the time after. Okay. So yeah, so
mhm.
maybe instead of saying what groups do you want to attend, you have to remember that these people are brand new to Collaborex, you know, they don't really understand how your system works within the community. So instead, maybe you could say something like, what is your primary focus at the moment? Or something like that. In what areas are you focusing to grow? Or like, yeah, just like what are some of your what is your primary focus at the moment? I don't know. And
Well,
I
it's about self-development, so it should be, what areas are you looking to grow? Are you personally looking
so
to
you
grow or something like that?
Yeah, but then this one is like making money, you know? Then this one is like,
Well, but that's self-development too, because it's enjoying your life now, and
right, okay.
yeah.
So what's the different professional business development best practices? Okay,
Right.
so this
So she's Catherine's more, you know, talks about business development. Susanna's more about business development. I'm less so. Ben is in the middle.
maybe we could say, just to give a little bit of a difference, Catherine's group versus Susanna's group, because where's Catherine? So this one is professional and business development best practices. And then we have personal and professional and
Right.
relationship
Catherine's the
building.
same. She's pretty much
So
the
yeah.
same. The only difference is the day of the week.
Okay, no problem. Then we can leave that. But yeah, then in that case it could be like, so yeah, or maybe not even like you could say choose a group or choose multiple groups, or however you want them to say like explore our groups. Yeah, maybe that's better one. Explore our groups based on your current goals. Okay, something like that. And then instead of having this button schedule a meeting, you're gonna have this button below if they need assistance or something like that. Instead of, yeah, so let me just tell you this. Let me just write this down. So explore our groups based on your current goals. Okay, and then you've got like the list of groups underneath it. And then instead of having the time, you will have the primary focus first. Okay, primary focus.
And
And
do you think primary focus should be highlighted in some way? Like a different color or underline because
yeah,
it
it's a good
blends in all
idea. Mhm.
it kind of
Yeah,
blends in.
yeah, that would be great. I think it would be great if it were a different color. And then even that like that nice purple one, and then
Hmm.
time, and it would be primary focus, and then let's say full stop, time, or meeting time, full stop, like the time, and then facilitator. Yeah.
Do
And
you
then
think there should be some work because they don't know? It's hard to tell that if you click on it, that it goes to their video. So maybe
maybe
you
you
should
could
say
have like,
video link.
yeah, you could say like watch video introduction.
Yeah.
And that's in the link. Like, or even click here to watch video introduction, and then it's crystal clear. So you would have primary focus, meeting time, facilitator, and then an additional sentence that says, click here to watch video introduction.
Okay.
And then I like that, I really, really like that she has making money and deeply enjoying your life now. Maybe even I would add like, yeah, but it would be good if we could all, as facilitators, come up with like this main outcome of the group, rather than just saying, in my group as well, rather than just saying self-development, that's the means, but what is the outcome? Like maybe mine could be more about like self-awareness, or something. Like I can think about it, but it would be good if you would ask all the facilitators to give you an outcome that
Hmm.
that would be inspiring for the ideal client. Then the ideal client would be like, oh, I want that, and then they would have that intention. I'm coming to the group so that I can make more money and enjoy my life more deeply. Or I'm coming to this group to be able to become better at building relationships. Or I'm coming to this group to learn about not necessarily like become more self-aware or become better at manifesting or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
So that's what I would say. The primary focus should be an outcome. And then, yeah, so then the meeting time, facilitator. And then lastly, we're gonna have a sentence that says, click here to watch video introduction. And then they can click that and see the video. And then they're going to browse. And then at the end, you're going to have the submit button, but then underneath here is where you're going to have this part. If you're unsure, why not schedule a meeting with us and we can help you out? And that's where this button is.
Okay. So we're removing that heading, what groups do you want to attend in your first 30 days or leaving?
Instead, we're going to say explore our groups based on your current goals.
Right. Okay.
And then this one, instead of saying one to this, so this is coming down here. And instead of saying this, we're gonna say, if you're unsure, schedule a meeting with us and we will help you out. You
Yeah.
know, we will help you find the best fit groups.
Hmm.
Okay? So then it's a lot clearer. The whole process is very clear. And that's why I wanted to talk about this in the meeting rather than the email, because I was like, if I'm gonna write an email about this, you're gonna be super confused. So that's why I think it's easier to talk about it. But yeah, essentially, you have this in the recording. I did my best to kind of record my own thoughts, and I'm gonna add it to the document as much as possible. But yeah, maybe rewatch the recording just to be sure. But yeah, it's this idea like you're gonna have the join now. You're gonna say like this is how much it costs month to month. We are a community and there's a lot of different groups and we will work with you to find your best group.
Okay.
And
So I'm
if
going
you
to send you the the copy that I sent the developer on for the homepage, and I did Y Collaborex, and I did and I also added a page on workshops because
Mhm.
we're going to require that non-members pay for a workshop,
yeah.
and
No,
so I want to.
that sounds great. Like yeah, you can send it to me, I'll review it, and then we can send it to the developer and have it in place. Sounds
Yeah,
really.
he did most of it. I'm not there's some tweaks like if you go collaborex.com/workshops, you have
Mm-hmm.
to
Mm-hmm. So again, let's remove this and
hmm.
just go straight to what's on this month or what's coming up or whatever. Yeah, this is cool. Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean there are things that I don't like the button. It should be on top. This that's okay. So that right
This one?
there, the register now button. It shouldn't be white. You should be able to see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's okay. This one, the layout is fine. Just these parts, I just want you to get rid of all of these because they take up so much space and they really risk people seeing what's actually important, people not seeing what's actually important. So yeah, okay. What else
Yeah. Okay.
on the website? Anything else comes to mind on the website? Or shall we move on to the socials?
Well, let me see. So so we have the Y Collaborex. I'll send you the stuff on
Oh,
that.
I see you added stuff here.
Well, he did that just
Okay.
for but that's as far as he got.
Okay. 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 What just can we maybe remove a sentence so that they're kind of like don't have this one
Mhm.
word overhang?
Yeah,
Just anything that instead of collaborate say we,
right.
you know, and then that's going to remove that up. Um
Right. We just need that many letters.
or instead of saying in our community, just say here.
Yeah.
Experience a safe space where your self-development leads to business growth through thoughtful conversations and shared learning. You gain your
You could
perspective.
remove the word through,
Exactly.
right?
Thoughtful. Yeah,
It just says
exactly.
thoughtful conversation. Oh,
Uh,
through you need new.
or did you say you'll gain new perspectives, boost confidence, and unlock your true potential? Oh no, that's uh our thoughtful conversations and shared learning lead
I
to
could just
new
say through
perspectives.
conversations. I could get yeah,
Exactly.
conversations.
Yeah. Conversations and shared learning. As you grow from within, you'll notice positive changes ripple through your business relationships. Positive changes in your business relationships and daily life. Why not?
Hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Beautiful.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna look at your video after this call.
Yeah, I'll
And
send
we're
you
we're doing this section as well. Okay.
yeah, yeah.
So yeah,
I'll
if
send you I did a test video last night with my script. It's just a first draft to see how long it was.
and how long was it?
2 minutes. So it's a little
Not,
long,
not bad, but
like a
still.
minute 58.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at it, and if I feel like it's really good and engaging, we can keep it. And
Oh, it's
if I
not.
feel like it, no, or if I
No,
feel like
the words are good, but I did it last night just to see how it goes.
okay,
So
okay,
I need to do it. I think I need to be standing up. I need,
hmm
more energy. I need a better background, things like that. Yeah.
okay, then I'll just review it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and if at any point you can't quite remember something I said, or you want me to review something, just send me a message. So yeah, this join us button, it's gonna lead here. So okay, so we already spoke about that. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I'm wondering if gonna give me a second. Let me just think about something. Mm, eh, yeah, I think that will be clear. Like, if we say once you join, maybe we can add the little sentence saying like once you join, we will get in touch with you and make sure that we will find the best groups for you. That's something like here. But just do the things that I said initially, and then if we feel like we have to add something else, you can always come back to it. Because I want to show you in my mastermind, if you go to apply now, it's like it kind of tells you what to expect. So fill out submit the
Hmm.
application. If your application is successful, we reach out to arrange a brief call to understand your needs and how we can best assist you. If we both agree it's a good match, we'll move forward with your registration. Membership is 125 pounds per month. Like so that can also be like on this page so that there's a little bit more of a context, maybe not on this page, but maybe on this page. Yeah, like, tell me what's gonna happen when I sign up. For you, it's not an application process, it's like a straightforward process, but still it would be worth saying, you sign up and we will get in touch and we will find the best groups that serve your goals or something like
Hmm.
that you
Right.
know so I don't want to overwhelm you with information on this page. Like, just do the bits that I said, and then I will review it, and if I feel like there's something else we can add, I will say that then. So yeah, but I think, yeah, this page has to be crystal clear and very easy for people to kind of see instantly see the value, like, okay, and also know what's gonna come if they sign up. So
Okay.
yeah. Okay, now let's talk social media and the member stories as well. Like I said, it's gonna be interviews, and I'll prepare the questions for you. So what did I said that,
So the other day I was in the car
uh-huh.
and this song came up that I hadn't heard forever. And I realized the title of the song is called Blue Sky. Ooh,
Hmm.
it's a sign.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's
So
a
have
song from
you,
like the 70s. Allman Brothers. You know Allman Brothers? I don't know. They were a big band in the 70s.
I
Uh,
wasn't around.
kind of like, yeah, like rock, country rock a little. I don't know. I'll send you the song. It's a very nice song.
Send it, of
Yeah.
course.
Okay.
So yeah, so basically, have you been posting on Blue Sky then?
No.
No problem. Don't worry. Don't worry. So, let's first talk about your profile. So, in fact, you mentioned before that you enjoy doing short videos and you enjoy doing short text. So, do you want to experiment a little bit with Instagram or Facebook or, yeah, we know Blue Sky for sure, but is there like a video-based one as well that you want to experiment with?
I'd prefer
What,
Instagram. I don't want to spread myself too thin.
yeah,
I
exactly.
don't want to spend so much time on social media. But
Hmm.
it might be required, but I want to figure out a system where it becomes more automatic, where I can create content or, and get it posted and
Hmm.
it's often enough. I just
So how
feel
much
it's such
time
a
do you
brain
want?
suck. It's just I don't know.
How much time do you want to dedicate to it?
Do I, do I want or do I think I should?
No, want. We're talking about wants. It's important for you to have fun with it.
Yeah, I guess I have to make it habitual and just really get into it. And I did that with LinkedIn for a long time, and I stopped. I haven't posted on LinkedIn in at least a month.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, I always recommend exactly that, like that you want to make it a habit. So maybe you could, and this is just a suggestion, and see if you feel like this could be something. But normally, what I say is that, first of all, have your social media profiles in order. That's the most important. Even if you don't post, make sure that if somebody finds it somewhere, that they're getting this feeling like I'm in the right place. So for that, I've already prepared some information for you. But then the second part is the actual posting of content. And the posting of content, the reason
So,
why
time
people,
out. I have a question. Should
yeah,
I do not have a Facebook? Do I? Maybe I do. See, I don't even, I was thinking, I don't even know if I have a Facebook company page.
I don't think you need a Facebook company page, because I honestly don't think Facebook company pages do well. Facebook personal pages that are made are turned into like public pages. Those ones tend to do better. Um, I don't know. Do you feel like your ideal client is on Facebook?
I,
So don't waste your time with that. Where do you where where do
I
you
guess they could be on Facebook because Facebook is trending older. Facebook is I don't know. I guess people 30s to 60s, something like that.
Well, the good thing is that if you're doing something for Instagram, you can actually like just automatically post the same thing onto Facebook. You don't have to have any special additional things. The two pages are connected, and then you can just send out the same post with the one button that you press. It goes to both channels. So that's the good thing. The the bad
So I'd
thing,
be turning my personal Facebook page into a Collaborex page.
yeah, kind of. So yeah, it would be an Instagram page,
I don't post any personal stuff.
and yeah, you don't really have a big network on Facebook either, from what
I
I
know.
remember.
Yeah, because I don't
Yeah.
pay any attention to it. I never go on it.
Mhm. Yeah. This is the thing. This is the tricky thing, that Facebook is actually, yeah, it can be good for promoting events, but to grow on social media, you have to kind of commit to it, and you have to do it every single day. Doesn't matter if it's a good quality post or not, but it has to be done every day. And I can help you in terms of giving you a system and a structure, but then are you able to commit to doing this, to posting every day?
Yeah, I'll commit to posting maybe on let's do what we tried, LinkedIn and Blue Sky. See how it goes.
LinkedIn and Blue Sky, so you don't want to do the Instagram and Facebook?
No, I mean, no, never mind. I meant Instagram and Blue Sky.
Okay, okay. So shall we just leave Facebook for now?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll go with Instagram and Blue Sky. Now, um, when it comes to Instagram videos, the good thing is that you can be quite like it doesn't have to be very well polished or something. You can just show up and you can speak your mind and you can let your personality work its charm and attract people to you. It doesn't have to be perfect. So you don't have to spend hours on editing. You don't have to spend hours on getting ready. I'm going to give you a structure and the strategy to follow, and then it's just up to you to show up consistently and speak your mind and allow momentum to build over time. That's another thing. There's not really like overnight successes on social media until you've done it for a while consistently. What I normally recommend people is to build the habit of social media, and that's what I'm doing currently as well, because I've just gone into the Instagram space as well for the first time. But what I normally recommend is to build habit in sections. So even you can break it into quarters. So the first quarter, you are just about like it's all about getting into the habit. At this point, your aim is not perfection, not even good enough. Your aim is just to put something out there and build the habit of every day making this a priority to show up on social media. And you can do this for up to 3 months until that habit kind of becomes part of your life for real, like until it actually becomes.
Can you schedule posts in advance?
Yeah, you can, but it's actually better in terms of like, yeah, you can. But for the algorithm, it prefers to for you to kind of do it on the go. But you can schedule it in advance as well. So what what I currently do, what I'm experimenting is that I'm posting on the day. I'm not preparing in advance. And then every day I kind of like look within and ask myself, what would my ideal client want to hear today? And then see what insight comes. And then I'm putting that out there. So
Yeah.
that's one way of looking at it. But of course, you can become very systematic about it and you can schedule it, you can batch create it and you can schedule it in advance. The reason why I don't necessarily suggest that at the very beginning when someone is new to this is because it's more difficult to make it a habit if you only do it like once every week or once every 2 weeks. But if you do it every day, and then after 3 months, it becomes something that it's easier to do than not to do. And that's
Mhm.
what we want. So we can talk about this, how you will make it work, because obviously we want it to work for you. That's the most important. That's the way, that's the main way that you can commit to it. But yeah, that's stage one. Then stage two is about like refining. So this is where you can now, you've got the habit and then you can refine. You can, that's when the nicer editing can come in, or the better thumbnails, or the better descriptions, or the better hooks, or the like, more vulnerable content, whatever it means. Like it can be, that's the refining stage. And again, you can give yourself 6 months. So now you have the habit. You don't have to spend your mental energy on getting ready. You can spend the mental energy on making it better.
Are there
And
strategies in using hashtags or finding people to follow or things like that?
yeah, well, the hashtags are i- good because they kind of connect, they give the algorithms ideas about the types of content that you put out, and then based on that, who to show it to, who are the people who are tend to be interested in those types of content. And with the hashtags, normally what I would recommend is that you use five, only five. You don't need, some people like to use a lot, but it's actually, it doesn't make a difference if you use a lot. It's better to just use five and then have three that are general, and then two that are very specific to you. So three things could be like business community, super general, but then something like you know heart-centered networking or heart-centered community or something that's a lot more specific. So you want to have a nice balance of the two, some general, some specific, so that people who are following these types of this who are interested in this type of content, they get brought into your
Right,
world.
but is it something that you research and find out what hashtags people are using and then use those hashtags? Because if
I
I put
mean,
in, heart-centered community, I don't know how many people are typing in heart-centered community to search for things.
it's not necessarily that they type it in. It can also be that they type that in to search for things, and then Instagram or LinkedIn, for that matter, or any of these places will show those specific answers. It can be, but also it's more that you kind of give the tags to the video. You're telling the algorithm, this is what this video is about. And the algorithms are by now, they're like super smart. And so they know that if I'm, for example, Kitti, what types of content I follow. I don't follow specific hashtags, but they can see the types of videos that I watch, the types of videos that I like. And based on that, I'm going to get more of those things. So you, as the creator, your job is to signpost your videos so that the algorithm knows who to post, who to show it to. You don't necessarily have to go and research how many people and who are the people who are following those hashtags. I don't think you can even get data on who are the people who follow that hashtag. But every time you put in a hashtag on the post, it actually shows you, Instagram tells you that right there how many posts have used that hashtag. So there will be some that have been used in over 1 million posts. Those are the very generic ones. So you want a couple of those so that you can kind of capture the interest, but then also give it a few of the specific ones, more specific to your niche, so that the algorithm now, like for example, if you put in hashtag heart-centered business community, you might have like 1,000 posts on that, or maybe even 100. But then now you're kind of giving that niche angle so that the algorithm knows, like, okay, these two things are combined, business community and heart-centered community. Who are the people who enjoy this type of content? Let me find them, and now let me show them this video and see what they do with it, you know?
Okay. So can you recommend some hashtags based on the content?
Yeah, of
Yeah.
course, of
Okay.
course. So we're going to talk about content pillars here, and then that's I would recommend it there. But normally I would say, as a rule of thumb, consider every video. What is the video about? What are you talking about in that video? If you're talking in that video about the importance of self-development and business growth, then you can say hashtag self-development, hashtag business growth, and then something more specific like hashtag, like personal growth in a community or something like that. And I also tend to recommend to have like a specific hashtag to collaborate. So it could be hashtag collaborates.
Hmm.
And then that way all the posts are connected. And if other people start creating posts about collaborates, they can also use that hashtag. And then more, there's like, that's what we call user generated content. There's a wider image of collaborates online because more people are talking about it. So yeah, but in your case, what I would recommend is to get your growth going, is to use your community and ask, like, send out your posts in email and ask people to comment on the post, because it's the commenting and the conversations in the comments what fuels the growth of posts. So if you're making a post, yes, add a couple of hashtags, because that will help the algorithms allocate the post to the people who are interested in this type of content. But also get a few of your hardcore fans, of your most loyal members, and ask them, could you just drop a comment on this post, so that there's like some activity, especially at the beginning. If you can get comments on your posts, that can be very beneficial for
So
your
you
growth.
you recommend So I guess there's a button like LinkedIn where you can click get link to post and then you send it in an email.
Yes, yeah, exactly, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's simple. It's very simple. And you, if you are, what you could do, it's even better, is to get your members to follow your account. And then once they follow you, you can just send the post directly into their DM inbox on Instagram and just
Hmm.
ask them, could you please leave a quick comment on this? You know, don't do it like every week with the same people, but you've got like a lot of members there. You could ask like five people on week A, another five on week B, another five on week C, and then every post you get like a few comments, and those comments is what's actually gonna fuel the growth.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah. But in the first 3 months, like I said, your focus is really to build your habit. The second 3 months is the refinement, and that's where you can really consider growth strategies as well. And then in the last, like in the and then in the third 3 months, that's your mastery. And it's the mastery where you are fully focused on growth, you're doing all the right things and you're going in the perfect direction. But in the first half, you don't have to stress too much about the nitty-gritty. Just get into the habit of putting yourself out there, get into the habit of recording your thoughts as they come to you. And if you can do that, that would be so powerful and so authentic. You don't even have to make this a big deal. You can just, like yesterday, I'm sure that you felt inspired by the end of that meeting. So you could just pull out your phone, record your thoughts, post it on Instagram, add a couple of hashtags. You don't need fancy descriptions, you don't need fancy hooks, you don't need fancy thumbnails. At this stage, you don't need anything fancy. You just need to get into that, to be that Jonathan who's like putting myself out there, recording my thoughts, and with that, inspire my ideal member. And then second phase of growth, refinement, that's when we can get super, super strategic and we can start thinking, okay, what else could be done here? What else could we add to that? And at that point we can have another conversation. But what else can happen to fuel that growth? So yeah. So that's what I would say. First 3 months from now until the end of summer, just getting to the habit of recording your thoughts and playing with the hashtags. And like I said, play with the hashtags. Consider, what am I saying in this video? Let me hashtag those things. Have just like a one-liner description, and then five hashtags. Simple, simple. And
Sounds like fun.
that's good. It should be fun. It should, because the fun
I
is,
was I was being sarcastic.
no, really. I thought you were excited about recording yourself.
You didn't pick up the tone in my voice?
Oh, I honestly thought that you were like, okay, now I'm on board. Well,
I'll get there.
just
Because it's not a habit at all. It's not a habit at all. It's starting from zero. I mean, like I literally have to go look up my username and passwords
mhm.
for Blue Sky and Instagram,
Yeah.
log in and just look around and try and make a profile.
Yep.
I have a profile, but it
You have exactly. You
it
have a
needs to be
profile.
edited, it needs to be changed, it needs, I don't know.
It's not a lot. Let me just look at it. Where are you, Jonathan Rons? Rose. Okay, I can't find you. No, I can't. Mm,
Okay.
okay, I will look at it later. But the point is that
Are you looking at Instagram? My
yes,
user,
but we
it's Jonathan Rosen CBX.
okay. I will look at it in a minute. But the point is that the reason why so many people are afraid of social media and they're not really like wanting to be involved, like they're avoiding it, is because they think that this is this huge task. And it doesn't have to be. Like, of course, if you want to do it perfect right off the bat, get your hashtags right, get your descriptions right, get your thumbnails right, get your profile, get your editing. Of course, it's massive. And that's why I like to break it into
I'm
phase.
gonna, I know, I'm gonna send you the video on how to create new habits. It's a
Mm-hmm.
great video. And the first thing she says is, you have to be willing to be bad at something
Exactly, exactly,
and
exactly.
break it down into the smallest parts.
Yes,
Make that a
yeah.
habit. So,
Yeah. So that's why I'm saying for now, don't worry too much about hashtags, don't worry too much about perfection. All I'm asking of you is that you get whenever you feel inspired, maybe it's at the end of your day, it doesn't have to be first thing in the morning, but it could be after a meeting, could be first thing in the morning, could be after your morning meditation, could be uh just before you go to bed. Whenever you feel inspired by your community and the work that you do here, you just pull out your phone, you record your thoughts, and you put it out there. And if you don't get likes, if you don't get views, if you don't get those things, say to yourself, thank God I can practice with no one's watching.
so would you do, oh, so Blue Sky is it videos or just characters?
You can post videos, you can also post pictures, but I think for the most part, people just post like
It's
text,
like,
maybe
yeah, it's
any
like 240 characters or something like that.
300,
Yeah.
300. So with there, you can just record your short thought. If it's easier, you can just go there and have fun with that. And when you're ready for the video, you can make that jump. I do think because of what we saw from your numerology chart as well, but also because of what you are selling. You're selling a community. You're basically asking people to invest money into hanging out with you. So for that reason, making yourself visible and your personality show, that's really gonna sell. People are gonna be like, this guy is super cool. I really want to hang out in this community. That's what we want people to
So
think.
video is more likely to
Yeah,
express that.
nevertheless, I do think Blue Sky has an opportunity because it's very popular, especially among your kind of people in America,
Hmm.
like the liberal kind who are
Hmm.
escaping, they're coming away from X. So there's definitely opportunity there, and especially because it only has 33 million users. Compare that with Instagram that has 2 billion with a B. So you
Right,
can imagine it's much easier to stand out and it's much easier to become one of the first voices in that platform to talk about business and self-development because business is not even a category on Blue Sky yet.
right.
So that means that no one else is talking about it. Like I started posting. I was like, okay, let me just have a little fun with it. What I do is that I record the Instagram videos that come from the heart, from my inspiration of the day, and then I let like a week worth of videos build up, and then I get my mini me to turn my video into Blue Sky post and LinkedIn post. And I get it done in like an hour, and then I've got my post for the whole week. So I've been posting more or less consistently for the past 2 weeks or so. I'm not getting engagement on my post, but I am getting followers. I'm up to 24 followers, and I haven't done anything to get those followers. I'm not even following anyone other than you on
Hmm.
there. So I've got 12 posts. So technically, I'm gaining 2 followers per post. So it's worth doing it. It's worth experimenting with it. And there's not really a strategy to it because it's a new platform, and that's exactly what's exciting about it, that you can really just have fun with it and see where it takes you. But yeah, So with that one, it's just recording short thoughts. With the Instagram, it's also recording short thoughts, but instead of writing it down, you're going on the camera. On Instagram videos, you have a maximum of 3 minutes, but actually, videos that are 3 minute long, I don't even think people watch them so much. So you really
Mhm.
don't have to make yourself sit there for 3 minutes. If you have just a short thought, share that. Maybe you heard something in the like I don't know. Yesterday, I'm trying to think. Like yesterday, a standout moment of like you know um
So
about
our perfect days. We all wanted to be in Sicily, you know.
yeah, exactly. But maybe about like this um how like
No, just the theme of that
yeah, exactly.
vulnerability leads to intimacy.
Yeah, exactly. So that's exactly that. So imagine you can just pick up your phone and you can say um this exact thing, like vulnerability leads to intimacy. If you want better relationships, here are some examples to ask of new
Hmm.
people you meet. Boom, you just gave a piece of value. People are gonna be like, oh, this guy is so cool, or this guy is so cute, or whatever, like they're really gonna enjoy your personality, and he's got great insights. That's what we want. We want people to think we have good insights.
Hmm.
So for that to happen, you just have to allow yourself to get inspired and then assume that if you are inspired by something, your ideal client will also be inspired by it. So you just have to say it out loud so that your ideal client can hear it and can gravitate towards you. It's that simple. And I think with all these strategies and things, we tend to overthink of what goes into social media. But if you boil it down, it's really a marketplace of people sharing ideas so that like-minded people can gravitate to them naturally.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what you want to do. You're not there to be liked, you're there to lead. You're
So
there
do you
to
think I should mix in, personal stuff? Because sometimes
absolutely,
okay, because I mix
absolutely.
in on LinkedIn, I mix in
Yeah, yeah,
personal stuff that relates
absolutely.
to business stuff.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, have give your personality depth. You're not just one guy, like you're not one dimensional. You're not just the Collaborex facilitator. Like there's so much more to
So I
you.
find that that attracts. I mean, I did the post that probably attracted more likes and comments was one that I did because I bake cookies. I
Mm-hmm.
did it for my daughter because she always bakes, and I was made cookies for her. So I had a picture, and I said, if you think that there's some business analogy here about these cookies or anything, there's not. They're just cookies. That was it. I don't
Exactly.
know.
Exactly. And with that, you show a part of your personality, you show a part of your sense of humor, and that's going to resonate with like-minded people?
Yeah.
So there's really it's just about, and the reason why you got the most engagement on that is because you just had fun with it.
Yeah,
People
it was.
People just overthink social media so much that it takes the fun out of it completely. And that's why it's so difficult to succeed with it. The ones that do well are the ones that just have pure fun. And that's what your inner child, allow your inner child to play. Like, I'm sure that as a child, you have played to be on TV or whatever. It's that same idea. You just bring it out, allow it to play, allow it to have a little fun, allow it to be silly. Like, yeah, like that story that you shared with us. Like today in the meeting, we had to share our most embarrassing stories. Here's mine. Like it's funny. People are gonna be like, oh my God, this is hilarious. You don't have to, of course, but that's just like examples of like it doesn't have to be so polished, it doesn't have to be perfect. It just has to be natural, because it's the natural, you bringing your natural self to it is what's going to attract more of the people who think and feel like you. And what I said at the start, your job is not to be liked. Your job is to be authentic, so that the people who resonate with that person that you are can come to you. You don't want to be liked by everyone. And actually, if you're hated by some people, even better, because that means you are polarizing. That means that you are standing strongly for something. And those people who also believe in that will always stand beside you. Yeah,
Hmm.
I mean, I sometimes read people's comments just because I'm curious, but I always see if there's like a controversial post, I'm always going straight to the comment section. And I'm always looking at, okay, how much of each the person gets in terms of hate and love. And yes, there is hate, but for every hate comments, there is 10 love comments. Like the polarizing aspect is there, but it is polarizing like literally, it's like polar, like it's two ways.
Hmm.
There's some people who really don't like, and there's people who absolutely love it and would do anything for this creator and really like stand up for them and are all about it. Like there was this guy who who posted a picture saying make Hungary gay again, and there was so much like this super controversial statement because of the state of the country and everything. But the point is, he wore that as a t-shirt, and there was a lot of hate comments, but there was so much love comments, and all those people who were loving it were like, I'm going straight to the shop and buying that t-shirt. So he sold a bunch of those t-shirts. So you have to create, you have to be polarizing so that you have a meaningful mission that people can get on board with, because that's another thing. People fear hate online, but actually they forget that where there's hate, there's also love. The two don't, like, they don't work with each other, you
Yeah,
know?
I'm happy to occasionally be controversial.
Yeah, that's what you're here for. I mean,
Yeah,
you're,
I tell you that I got sued by BNI?
yes,
Oh,
exactly.
it was fun. I was
Exactly.
like, great.
Yeah, and even that, tell those stories. That's a wonderful story, and I'm instantly getting like, that you're a different type of networking, and yeah, just do those things. Yeah, and then hashtag business networking also, so that it captures those people who are interested in that, but it shows them an alternative.
Hmm.
So yeah, so for you. Really, really, the only job, especially in these next 3 months between now and the end of summer, is to get into the habit of just authentically putting yourself out there whenever you feel inspired every day. Every day you should be inspired by your business and share that inspiration with the people who you think, with the millions of other Jonathans out there who have to gravitate towards you naturally. And then you are just gonna have fun with it. You are just allowing your inner child to play. You're telling funny stories, or you're sharing an insight that was really like mind-blowing for you to hear, either from one of the meetings or from your past, or your own breakthrough, internal breakthroughs, whatever it is. And then see how you can link that to get involved with Collaborex. That's like your call to action. If you enjoy this, you're gonna love our meetings. Come join us. Link in my bio.
Okay, so I was going to ask that. How do you link them to so they can then visit the website?
So there's two ways you can do that. And one of them is and you're gonna have this anyway, on your profile, there's going to be a link.
Right.
And then on that link, people can just click that and they can go to your website. That's very simple. The other way a lot of people do, especially when they have a big audience, is that they say comment community and I'll send you the details. And then they set up an automation with a tool called ManyChat. And ManyChat works in a way that every time there's a keyword typed in the comments, it automatically sends them a direct message into their message inbox with the link, with the information and the link. So you set that automation up, it doesn't take long in advance, and then that works very nicely in the background. But that's all. I only recommend that once you actually have a following.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, if you say, otherwise you can just say comment community, and if there's two, three comments, you can easily follow up with them manually and just send them the information. Maybe you can have a message prepared on your notes app and just copy paste it into it, or yeah, it doesn't even have to be that complicated. You can just type out like learn more about our community, and then here's the link.
Right.
It's simple.
Okay.
So
So
either
before you go on, did I hear you say yesterday that you wanted to be our fourth, that you play tennis?
uh-huh.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Do you play
Yeah.
much?
I started, Paul and I together, we started a couple of years ago in Edinburgh. There's like free courts. So we started, but we didn't really have the right technique. So we were just kind of having fun with it. And then here there's a court. And then we were playing a little bit in Cape Verde and as we were traveling. But here there's a really cool court. So we started going. And we actually, Paul did his due diligence and started learning about the technique, and then we started like kind of learning, teaching ourselves. And we took a little break when we were moving, but before that we were going twice a week. So we want to get back into going twice a week and just get really good at it. But for now we're only playing with each other and learning. And then once we know what we're doing, then we'll come and join you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, because
I
I love
agree.
it.
I I mean, I've been playing since I'm 10 years old, but I keep my racket here right
Nice.
next door because I'm learning a new stroke. And so
Hmm.
I'm trying to make it habitual.
Yeah,
Mm.
very good. Very
French
good.
Open. Have you been watching the French Open at all?
No, I haven't. I don't
Uh,
really watch sports.
okay.
I've never been into that. Like if I went to the live event, I would probably do that. I would be happy to do that. But on TV, I don't watch sports. I don't really watch much TV. But yeah,
The live events are amazing.
yeah, I
Like
can.
the Italian Open in Rome,
Mm.
courts are beautiful, and it's just to be there next to the court and see like these amazing players. They don't have to be, you don't have to watch top players. You could
Yeah.
watch players that are, 200th in the world and you can't believe how good they are.
Yeah, yeah, I can imagine. No, it's something that I want to get into to learn more. And then, yeah, if there's like events to go as well, probably here in Sicily, I'm sure there's like smaller tournaments. So, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. If you could find someone, a tennis pro to give you beginner lessons
Mhm.
just so you create the right habits,
Yeah,
it's very, it's so key. It's so important. Or else you
yeah, I
teach
think
yourself and you're doing something a little wrong and it just messes.
yeah, I think there's definitely coaches there at the club where we go to because I always see people getting coached. So I think we'll at one point do that as well. For
Yeah, it's
now, it's
fun.
really just for fun. It's
It
like
is
every,
fun still. You do a lesson, it's fun. It's great.
yeah,
If
yeah,
the coach is fun,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's exactly what you have to do with the social media. Like you just build that habit and then take it from there. Keep it simple. Same with the blue sky. Just share your daily inspiration. Do you think that's doable?
Yeah. Now I feel like it's fun.
For real?
For real. For real.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, don't put yourself in boxes in terms of when should I post or whatever. No, like try to do it every day whenever you feel inspired. If you feel like it's easier that you have a specific time of the day and then that's how you get into the habit, then allocate yourself a little time for that. If for some reason one day it doesn't happen, don't be hard on yourself. You can try again tomorrow. If you're not getting views, say, thank God I can practice while no one's watching and just
Mhm.
keep going,
Mhm.
because your confidence will grow simultaneously with the algorithms recognizing that you are a channel to watch, and it will blow up when you're ready. And you will be so grateful that you've had that period of practice, because then you'll be able to hold that popularity, you'll be able to continue putting out good quality content. If you blow up in the first 5 minutes, you're just gonna probably lose it, because you're gonna freak out. You're gonna be like, what do I do with this many followers? I don't know what to post, you know? So it's better to just kind of go bit by bit. And then after 3 months, so the September the 3rd, you can start thinking, okay, now I'm in the habit, I've built this great habit. Now, how do I refine it? At this point, we can have another conversation and we can look at automations, scheduling, all sorts of growth strategies, captions, hooks, a lot of the thumbnails, a lot of these kinds of things. But for now, just the habit, having fun. That's your job.
Okay.
If
Okay.
you're ever unsure what to post, you're like, okay, I am inspired, but I'm not really sure. Then here are a list of pillars that
Mhm.
you can kind of look at and think that maybe I can use one of these. So here are the pillars that would be fitting for Collaborex. Authentic connection and belonging. Share stories or testimonials from members and finding the true sense of belonging. Highlighting the power of being yourself in business and the impact of authentic relationships. Post conversation starters or posts that encourage followers to share their real experiences. So, yeah, generating converse, like getting them to converse, because, like I said, if they comment, your videos grow. So like, end with the question. If no one is answering the comment, not a problem. But again, if you want, if you really want those comments, you can send it out to people and you can be like, check out my latest Instagram video, please leave a comment, help the channel grow. No problem. You can
Right.
short, because
Is
you,
it like on LinkedIn where it's helpful to comment on the comments?
yeah. The more conversation you can have in your comments, the better.
Yeah.
So that's one. So like, think about like, how does belonging and connection actually make a difference to your life, to your business, to people's lives in the community. You can even share a story like, oh, this and that person, when they joined the community, they were so isolated. Like, for example, Francisco's, one of our members had just moved to the US and had no idea about what's it like to live here, build a business here or something. Tell the story. Where were they then? Where are they now? You know, or you can use your own story.
Yes. Right.
Then we have personal and professional growth. This is gonna be easy peasy, because you are inspired every single day. You go to one of your meetings, you can get inspired. You can, all these TED Talks, all these agendas that in your head, put them into short videos. Oh, do you know how to build a new habit? Here's 3 things to build a new habit, or something like that,
Mhm.
you know? So, offer tips and insights on self development, mindset shift, and emotional intelligence. Share book recommendations, learning resources, or reflective questions to inspire growth. Feature member spotlights showing how personal growth has led to business breakthroughs. So, again, if you
Mm.
can help them, like put it into context through also members. Um, Another thing that's important is, which I forgot to say, is that you speak to a specific person. So in your case, this specific person will be, what did we say? It was an entrepreneur. Like, who's that specific person? Like an open-minded entrepreneur or something like that.
Um, yes, someone that believes in investing in themselves. Um, Someone who continually wants to grow as a lifelong learner, someone who is interested in real conversations and real relationships, someone that's tired of the mask and the bullshit of elevator pitches and features and benefits.
Mm-hmm. So maybe one thing we could do is like talk to that lifelong learner, hey, entrepreneurs and lifelong learners, or if you are an entrepreneur and lifelong learner, here are maybe some like if you're a if you're an entrepreneur and or how do we say this? Maybe something like I like lifelong learner. If you're a lifelong learner, and actually maybe it's not even that, I don't know. Let's say if you're a lifelong learner, you probably hate small talk at networking events or something like that. Say make them feel like you're in their head. Always consider that you're talking to your past self or one of your ideal members like peers or Ricky or something. How, like, what are their problems and address those head on, like be specifically talk to that one type of person, say those specific problems, and highlight where they're going wrong and what could be a better way of looking at it. Like for example, here, like entrepreneurs, if you think that you can make money off of speed networking, you're wrong, and this is why, or something like that.
Right.
Maybe not even lifelong learners, maybe that's not even overcomplicated. Just talk to entrepreneurs, specifically entrepreneurs who network in a traditional sense and are overwhelmed by it, tired of it.
Oh, I can go on. I have so many videos, things I can
There you
say.
go.
Why
There you
you're why you're why your networking is a waste of your time.
Yes, exactly. That's gonna make me listen. Like, what this guy is saying, networking, like everyone else is saying I should network. This guy is telling me that it's a waste of time. Let me listen. Why? Oh, that's why. And what's the alternative? Oh, that. Okay, let me give it a try. You kind of want them to make them feel like you're in their head. I mean, you have such great understanding of your ideal client. We did that massive questionnaire, you did those interviews, you spent time with your ideal client on a day-to-day basis, and you were once that entrepreneur who was tired of that type of networking.
Hmm.
So consider talking to that version of yourself and just say, yeah, just say entrepreneurs, but then talk to that specific type of entrepreneur that is going to these networking events, that is leading nowhere, or that is stuck in business and doesn't understand why, or that is what were the that is like self-sabotaging, that is unfulfilled with their surface level success, like those problems that we
Right.
highlighted, and just kind of like attack those problems, because we have this thing, it's a psychological thing that if we feel like somebody understands our problems, we automatically assume that they have the solution. So if you can make me feel like you're in my head highlighting my
Mhm.
problems to me, not only I'm going to pay attention, but I'm ready to pay money because I feel like you have the solution. So really
Mhm.
like dig into my pain points by saying these things. Don't be afraid, don't be too nice. Like I said, you're
Mhm.
not here to be, first of all, don't be nice, be kind. That's
Mhm.
difference. And secondly, don't work to be liked, work to lead. You want to lead the conversation on social media. You want to show people an alternative to the traditional networking. That's what your mission is. That's why you were put on this earth to do. So that's what you have to shout about it. Get your soapbox and, or how does the saying go? Stand on your soapbox and
Yeah.
shout about it. And how are you going to filter into people's brain is by talking their exact situation, talking about it, make them feel seen, make them feel like, how does this guy know it's actually exactly what I'm going through? And
Hmm.
if ever in doubt, you can always go to Mini Jonathan as well, because like I said, I'm gonna get Paul to feed all this information to your Mini Jonathan, so it can also generate some ideas. But I would say I would start with addressing your ideal client, which is entrepreneurs, and then talking about these problems. Hey entrepreneurs, have you if you've achieved external level success but you still feel unfulfilled, here's some reasons why. Don't tell me the exact kind of solution, just tell me where am I going wrong, and then
Hmm.
give me an insight about what's an alternative. But let me pay for that actual alternative.
Hmm.
So instead, focus on where am I going wrong. If you, hey entrepreneurs, if you are not getting consistent sales every month, it may be because you're self-sabotaging, and these are the different ways self-sabotage can show up, or 5 ways self-sabotage can show up in your life, and then
Hmm.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then at the end, if you're tired of these things, break the loop by investing in your self-development. Start with the link in my bio, you know
Right.
call to action, go explore my community.
Right.
And then from time to time, sprinkle in some personal stories. Your why, who are you, what made you start this business. And that's what's going to be like, oh, I really like this guy. Oh, wow, this business sounds really interesting. So now not only I feel seen and I have the assumption that you have the solution to my problems, but I also like you as a person and I want to spend time with you. And I want to spend time with people who are like you. So that's your job, okay? And then within that, it can be in the context of authentic connections, in the context of personal and professional growth, in the context of overcoming isolation and burnout, in the context of what power having a community has,
Yeah.
the behind the scenes, like what it means to be a part of Collaborex for your members, what it means to you to grow, to build Collaborex. You can, like I said, yes, this is the founder's journey and vulnerability. This is your why, your personal angle, personal
Hmm.
story angle, and then inspiration and motivation as well, because we don't always want to be so negative and always talk about problems, but it could be like, hey, just in case no one told you this today, you're doing great and I believe in you. Like things like that. People
Hmm.
makes them feel a little bit like uplifted, and then you don't have to end those ones as well with the call to action. It can just be for the sake of
Right.
communicating something. You can find the balance as well with your call to action. Sometimes it's very straight, like, come and join our community. Sometimes it can be like, especially when you're sharing, valuable insights on personal growth, it could be follow for more insights. And then other times it can just be like, I had to say this to you. I hope it makes your day better. And then you don't need a call
Yeah.
to action. You
Okay.
know, that's kind of, and sometimes you can invite them to a specific event. Maybe there's an open house. Actually, yeah, I forgot to say that because I
Yeah.
forgot we also have that. Come join one of our next open house. And then
Right.
you can have those links in your bio, but or you can have it also on the website, or you can create something that is called Linktree, and Linktree allows you to have multiple links within one link, um, and there you could have like website, join the community, and then join our next open house or join our next in-person meeting, which we're going to talk about in the next session. So that could also be an option to put on in your bio. So yeah, actually. And then with
Yeah.
each time you can pick, what do I want to promote? Do I want them to join the community? Do I just want them to follow? Do I want them to leave a comment? If you're a conversation starter, then, leave in the comments what you think about this. Do I want them to come to my next event? You know,
Mhm.
Probably the easiest thing is to say, yeah, it's even like not to say that Linktree, setting up a Linktree is complicated, because it's not. It's very easy and we can do it together. But even just to make it easy for the viewer, you could say, come to our next open house, comment open house, and I will send you the details. And then you manually follow up. And when there's a ton of comments, we can set up ManyChat, which is the automation.
Mhm.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I am having a social event the end of June. So
Hmm?
I want to, I'll create a meetup on that one.
Good.
See how
Good.
it, yeah.
Excellent. So yeah, and then you can invite people. You can say, like, if you're in the New York area and you'd like to connect with me in person, comment, meet up, and I'll send you the details or something.
Hmm.
Simple.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of it. In terms of your platforms, like in terms of your profiles, so we're gonna go on Instagram, and then I'm gonna look for Jonathan. CBX, like that? Yeah.
Yep. There we go.
Okay. So you already have a link in your bio. You see? It's already
Hmm.
there. So in terms picture, wonderful. No need to change. And this overview, so here is where you could add one of these. Look, I put some options here. So community builder for purpose driven business owners, or we can change it to entrepreneurs, helping you grow from within for lasting success, or community builder for entrepreneurs seeking authentic connections, empowering you to thrive in business and life, community builder for nonconformist leaders, guiding you to deeper fulfillment and sustainable business growth. Does any of them or a combination resonate?
Um, yeah, so I mean the first one, purpose driven has become so overused actually.
Hmm.
People's, but the first one I like helping you grow from within for lasting success. Community builder for nonconformist leaders. I think the first one,
And shall we change it to entrepreneurs?
yeah,
And actually, I'm gonna add this. How about this?
okay.
What do you think? Does
Yeah.
that resonate?
Guiding you to deeper fulfillment and sustain. Yeah, no, I like that one. I like that one the best. Yeah.
Okay, so we can delete these.
Yeah.
And then basically, so this is going to be your headline. And that you can put on your LinkedIn, you can put on your Instagram, and then I don't know if it, and you can put on your Blue Sky. You make sure that it's the same on across all three channels. I don't know if Instagram will allow you to put all this because of the characters, but experiment and see. And if you have to cut a word, cut a word. But let me
Hmm.
just go back to where was the Instagram? I had you open.
You
Did
just had it open. Is
did
it
I close
Does it
it?
go all the way to the right? I don't know.
That's weird, no? Okay, here we go. So yeah, so this one, instead of this, you're going to put the new one. And
Hmm.
then the link is there. So maybe you could even put, like, I'll show you my profile. You could even put like a little emoji thing. So here,
Hmm.
actually, yeah, it will probably allow you. So you could have like the first line, and then a second line, or you can just have like the two lines and then this one. with the, learn more instead of join me this or join us, and then
Hmm.
an arrow down kind of emoji. There's this emoji keyboards where you can find all the emojis, or you can just do it from your phone and then it's very straightforward. But if you want to do it from your laptop, but yeah, so it will be something like that. And then over time, we're gonna do stories and things like that as well. But for now, just focus on putting up some content, some video content. Now, where are you? Back here. You've got a few pictures.
I got
It's
some
kind of like
pictures I
back.
should probably remove. I don't know.
Don't remove it. Keep it. They're
I mean,
nice
I have
pictures.
a ton of pictures I could put up. I
I
have probably 40 retreat pictures, you know.
don't put up more pictures for now. Instead, put up some videos.
Yeah.
If you
Okay.
feel like if you feel like the pictures don't represent the community anymore, you can archive them. It's not a problem.
Yeah, there a lot of them don't. I mean, some of those, all those in-person ones, like
Mhm.
that one on the right there, it's so stiff and yeah.
Yeah, you can remove those. And then you can put up, why not? You can put up a retreat picture, and then just write like a little story of like what happened there or whatever. But the static images are not gonna grow your audience. They don't get good reach. Videos are the only thing that can grow your audience. So I would use static images once you have a following and then you just want to give them more depth. Or you can also use pictures to create little montages on the video, like videos, but that's something that we would do in the refine period, not in the
Hmm.
habit period, because the habit period, unless you want to have a little fun and experiment, but yeah, in the habit period, it's just about building the habit.
And in
So
terms of following, I guess I should find out what members are on Instagram and follow all of them.
yeah. You can send out an email and say, I'm on Instagram. I'm opening up my Instagram because I want to grow awareness about Collaborex. Please come and follow me, and I will follow you. And let's support each other's posts. And you can leave a couple of comments on your members' posts, and whenever your time allows, if you want. But then them as well, they can leave some comments on yours. So
Yeah.
yeah. And then in terms of like how to actually operate the app, so I want to show you. So you will see that when you are on the app, it will look like this.
Okay, 1 second. Let me just get to it.
I'm
Uh,
gonna stop sharing for a moment.
okay. Uh, okay, I have to find my. It came up. Okay. I'm trying to find my own. It came up the Instagram of my tennis club. Okay, so how do I? Oh, here we go. Um, so it comes up like this.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's your profile. Wonderful. But then if you just go and like when you first open it, you can click the little house. You see the
Yeah.
feed.
Right. So when I go to house, it goes back to, for some reason, my tennis club
Maybe
video.
the tennis club is maybe just posted something, and that's why.
Oh, okay.
If you scroll down, is there more stuff with more people?
Yeah.
So there you go. That's your main feed. That's your main feed with the house. That's the home. And
Okay.
what I want to see in the top corner, top right corner, you have your picture.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And there's like a little plus.
Yeah.
So if you click the plus, you get um that. Exactly. So you can basically, oh no, that's for the story. Okay, X that. That's for the story. Sorry, I meant the plus down here. That's where you're gonna create your videos. So if you click the plus down here in the center,
Yeah.
it's going to show you uh down here, it's gonna show you the options. You can make a post. A post is when you have a static image, when you have pictures. Then you have the next one, which is a story. A story is something that you put up that disappears in 24 hours. So stories are great at first if you just want a little bit experiment, put some thoughts out there, just play with the stories because they will disappear in 24 hours anyway. Then the other one is the reel.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you're gonna spend a lot of time. That's your video maker. And the last one is the live. And if you want to go live, once you have an audience, by all means, do it. If you feel like you can have fun with it, do it. It's a great way to build relationships with your followers. Me personally, I'm not a huge fan of going live, but I know a lot of people who do it regularly and it works really well for them. It's just for me, it's personally, I have a mental block when it comes to going live.
But
But if
what
you
does it mean going live? That people get notified you're live and
and
they
they can come
talk?
and join you and you're speaking to them live. So there's no editing, there's no nothing. You're just kind of blabbering away and they can listen. And then afterwards you can post the recording if you
But
want.
post is also here on Instagram. You could just put in, you know, whatever, a written post. People
Yeah.
do that, or it's just
Written post, no. It's the post is it's a picture and
it's
a
just a
written.
picture. Okay.
Yeah, picture and a written post. Story is the thing that disappears in 24 hours. Up here are people's stories, you can see. And then every time you click on one of them, that's gonna disappear in 24 hours. So
Oh,
it's a
so
great,
up here is people's stories?
yeah, yeah. So if you click on those circles, you will see their stories.
Ooh, really? So that
Yeah.
okay, and that would disappear?
Mm-hmm. That will disappear in 24 hours.
Huh.
And then you can also put up stories.
So oh, and it goes, it scrolls through the stories or something?
Yeah, you can just like press like this side and then it will go to the next one. Or you can just swipe or push or swipe.
Hmm. Okay, I'll figure it out. I mean, because see up there, th I don't know if that's stories really, because when I push those, these people did not put up stories. Like my
Who?
mother's up there.
Show me.
She's 92. Doesn't even know how to turn on her phone.
Show me. Which one is your mother?
On the left.
Oh, that just means okay, so maybe because you're only following six people, nobody has a story, and
Right.
therefore it's just showing you who are the people that you can follow or that you are
That
following.
makes sense. Because
Yeah,
when I
yeah.
look at these, well, actually, some of them I don't even know.
I've just never seen such a small account that I was only six you because you only follow six people. So yeah, maybe none of the six have any stories.
Some of these people, I mean, there's someone here, I don't know who it is. So
Maybe it's just showing you random people whose story you might like.
someone
That's
that's
also
following me that I have no idea who he is.
Anyway, don't worry about it.
Should
What's
I
what
ever unfollow people? Is there a reason to, or
you can if you want, yeah. If you go on anyone's profile, you will see that you can unfollow them. I'll show you an example. Gosh, Jonathan.
does it if the person is not offensive and they have a lot of posts and followers, then why not? I don't know.
Yeah, so see here where there's a button to follow on anyone's profile, you can also then once you follow them, there's a little drop down and you
Right.
can click and then there you can click unfollow. It's there down there if you ever want to do that.
Okay.
And yeah, basically you are just going to for between now and the next time we see each other, your job is just to play with Instagram. You don't have to worry about your profile. You don't have to worry about making videos. Just try to learn the interface and see how it looks like. If you go down here, that's where the reels are, this one.
Mm-hmm.
So you can look at the types of videos people are posting if you want.
Okay.
And then in the next section, I'm gonna teach you
So,
how to actually record plus edit and post videos.
okay. How do I get at it? I'm on Reels now.
You can just click the home again.
Okay. Okay.
So yeah, just and then put up a couple of stories. There's also a shortcut to posting anything. So if you are up here and you just push this to the side,
Mm-hmm.
you will see that I'm in the space where I can do either a story, it's automatically on the story, or I can just flick back and forth in between these and I can go and do a reel or a
Right.
live or a post. Over here is a post. You
Okay.
see?
Yep. Yep.
So for now, perfect,
There you
wonderful.
are. Yeah.
And when you are recording a story, you have to press down this button,
Right.
and that's how you can record. Like that's how you can record a video. If you have to press it down, and then it
Mm-hmm.
starts recording, and then you release it, and then there's a video. However, when you're doing a reel, when you're doing a reel, you don't have to. You can just press it once and then say blah, 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 pause, and then press it once again, and then it continues from there. But I'm going to teach you more about recording a video and editing the videos between now and the next time we see each other, which is on Thursday. I just want you to familiarize yourself with Instagram. And I want you to record a couple of stories, videos of you talking, okay? Just even if it's like
Stories or Reels.
just a story, just
Okay.
story. Very simple. It disappears in 24 hours. That means that you can experiment. And then once you recorded it, you just have this arrow down here, and that's how
Right.
you post it, and it disappears after 24 hours, so
So
you can
on yours, is there like a little lightning bolt on top? Let's see.
uh,
See
that,
in the video right on the top in the
yeah, so that's just the flash. You don't need it. you
oh,
can
okay.
you can
Oh,
just
that's a
click it
flash.
and it crosses it out.
Yes, I did that. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, what I would like you to do is just familiarize yourself with the app. Look at what is what. What did these little things mean? How to post, and then post a couple of stories of you recording yourself. If you ever need to, like, see right now, I can change this and it will show a different part of my, like, if you're not sure, if it's recording with the back camera and you want to change it to the front camera,
Oh, okay. Oh, it's like, yeah, right.
yeah, it's down here.
Like when you do FaceTime. Yeah.
Exactly, exactly. So yeah, so that's what you're gonna work on. And then in the
So, but
next,
the stories are going to disappear in 24 hours.
yeah, which is why it's a great place to just experiment, to get started. And then afterwards, it will be a great place to just give an additional behind the scenes for people, an additional insight into who you are and your life.
Hmm.
They're a great tool for that engagement of your followers, really. The posts are there to build awareness, to build
Hmm.
reach. And then the stories are there to show more of who you are and create more engagement. So you're going to use the two together and you're going to have a lot of fun with it. What we want is really just to become a part of your life, which is like the fun part of growing your business. It's the fun part of, I can show something that on the go. You can record videos on the go. Like you don't have to have a polished presence. You can
Hmm.
record them while you're walking. You can record them in your bedroom. You can record them in your kitchen. Like, wherever the inspiration just comes, you can just be like, oh, this and that. Like, and always speak to that entrepreneur and speak to their problems and show them where they're going wrong and what they can do to
Do
make
you
it,
log in and out of Instagram?
you know.
Yeah.
Just keep it logged in. Just keep
Yeah.
it logged in. And yeah, so I guess what you can do is just really like the next couple of days between now and Thursday, just try and put out 3 stories about who you are.
Hmm.
Introduce yourself, who you are. And if they are good, we can highlight them on your profile. If they are not so good, doesn't matter. They disappear. No one's ever gonna see them
No, no,
again.
no, but they will automatically disappear. So how will you see them?
They're not actually, they're disappearing for the public, but for
Right.
you, they are kept in a story archive.
Oh,
And
okay.
and there is a way to highlight stories on your profile. If you look at my profile and I just followed you, you can follow me back. And then you'll see down here, there's a series of story highlights.
Oh, okay.
See? And then there, if you click any of them, like for example, there's an about me, then you see that it's just me talking, you know? I'm
Okay.
introducing myself.
Okay. So if I want to follow you, I go to search.
Well, see the little love heart in here at the top? That's your notifications. If you click that, there should actually be a notification from me that I followed you. And then you can see my profile and you can follow me back.
Hmm.
But in any case, I'm going to see your posts because I follow you.
Yeah, but I want to follow you. So
Did you find how to
I
follow
did
me?
not. Um, it didn't. It didn't come up.
No notification on the love heart?
No. Did
Okay,
you just
well,
do it?
yeah, maybe you can always pull down like here and to
Ah,
read.
it came up. I
Yeah,
had to whatever,
refresh, yeah.
refresh. Okay, I'm following you. Okay.
And then you will see that there's story highlights. So we can do that for you as well once you are comfortable with the story. You don't have to, it doesn't have to be perfect and then it gets forgotten. But if it's good, we can keep it. That's the good thing about stories.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, that's so your job is to continue chipping away at the website and then put out a couple of stories about who you are. And in the next session, we're gonna set up your profiles for Instagram, Blue Sky, and LinkedIn. And then I'm gonna teach you how to record videos and how to edit and post them.
Okie doke.
And then once we are done with all this, that will be the end of the online presence. And then we can move on to offline, which will be all about creating a fun meetup group that people can join easily and for you to just easily get the word out about the Collaborex. And that's going to be your main two channels. Instagram, like social media and in-person events, meetup events. So hopefully those will be very easy and manageable and very successful. And then on top of that, we can think about speaking, awards, media, press. But I don't want to like overwhelm you with a lot of things. I just want you to get good at these two things, and then we can move on to the other two things, and so on and on. Does that sound okay?
It sounds good. I'm
Great.
excited. You're
Good, good.
you're still the puff, so
Excellent. I'm very happy to hear that. Yeah.
okay.
Any questions? You know where to find me. You want
Okay.
to view the website, send it to me. I'm going to send you a list of questions for the client stories eh, for the website. Maybe that can be a project that you do. When do you want to do that? Do you want to start doing that now, straight away, or?
Yeah, I'm trying to think if I should do the interviews or have Kismic. She's been doing interviews and she's interviewed a
Yeah.
lot of people, but I'm almost thinking it's better if I do it. Um,
Yeah, you could, or if neither of you want to do it, you can just send the
Send
list
the
of
questions.
questions
Yeah,
and ask people to record the video.
I think I'll do that and see if I can, how many people I can get to do that.
Excellent, excellent. So then in that case, I'll send you the list of questions and then you and Kisme can do that project over the next couple of weeks.
Good.
And that's
Sounds
part
good.
of the website anyway, and that's part of your homework to continue chipping away at the website.
Yes.
Okay, so I look forward
Thank
to
you.
seeing your stories on Instagram.
Okay.
So remember,
Me
I'm
too.
following, so I'm gonna see. So yeah.
Okay. I feel like, I want to overtake your number of people that are following,
Yeah, do
Yeah,
it.
you're only at
Absolutely.
400 something, right?
Yeah. I'm low numbers, very low numbers. I only opened up my Instagram a couple of weeks ago, like 3 weeks ago or something like that. Before that, it was very, very private. But I
Mhm.
thought, oh, what the heck? I love spending time on Instagram, so probably my ideal client does too. So let me just go there and have a little fun with it. So I set it up, and now I'm just doing, yeah, exactly what I told you, just having a bit of fun with it, not stressing too much about it, and then getting into the habit. Once I'm in the habit, then it's gonna like grow, and I'm gonna be focused more on growth. Then I'm gonna be focused on mastery, because you can't put all that pressure on yourself right off the bat to be so perfect.
Okay. I'll have
Instead,
fun.
have fun.
Okay.
Your fun energy, your authenticity vibrates the highest. So the more authentic you can be, the more you're going to attract the
I have
like.
no problem with that.
Exactly. I don't have a shadow of a doubt that you will be extremely charismatic, authentic, and very entertaining and engaging on the video. And it's going to be wonderful for the people to actually see who you are and come on board like that. So yeah,
Okay. Good.
lots of
Thank you.
fun. Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. See
Thank
you
you.
on
Thank you.
Thursday.
See
Okay.
you. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.